soldiers on the table march in line. Painted shields and swords, they shine so fine. Dice roll like thunder, sealing fate. In this battle of ours, let's not be late. Wargaming in miniature, no war too small. Battles on the tabletop, we'll conquer all. Heroes made of plastic, armies clash and roar. Wargaming in miniature, let's fight some more. Kings and castles rise where soda cans stood. Mountains made of books, it's a cardboard wood. Strategy of giants on a scale so fleet. We topple empires with a cup of tea. Wargaming in miniature, no war too small. Battles on the tabletop, we'll conquer all. Heroes made of plastic, armies clash and roar. Wargaming in miniature, let's fight some more. Battlegrounds in living rooms, legends unfold in the chaos of dice. Our stories are told from the rookies of war to generals wise. The fate of tiny worlds lies in our eyes. Snacks to the side and the glue close by. We men, broken warriors, give them one more try. Cavalry rides beneath the lamp's warm light. On this tiny frontier, we rewrite the fight. Wargaming in miniature, no war too small. Battles on the tabletop, we'll conquer all. Heroes made of plastic, armies clash and roar. Wargaming in miniature, let's fight some more. Let's fight some more. Let's fight some more. No. Tiny soldiers on a grand paper plane, rolling dice to echo cannons refrain. Kingdoms rise within this tabletop dust. In strategy and chaos we place our trust. The generals lean with a calculating stare. Hands of fate guide moves with a flare. Tiny hills climb where valleys fall steep. Battles fought while the house stays asleep. Wargaming dreams on a six-sided star. In this microcosm we travel so far. Heroes die small, but their legends grow large. In this tiny world we're always in charge. Painted commanders in coats of bold hue patrol the terrain in colors so true. Armies clash with a flick of the wrist. Victory's a mark on a checklist kissed. Dice are the drums of this parade of might. The board board is the map, glowing soft through the night. Imagination ignites where the pieces collide. A universe unfolds we cannot hide. 100 battles fought in one single room. Victories blazing, entropy and gloom. Armies may fade, but spirits don't rest. In the heat of this game, we earners of trust.
Fields of green and battle stage, a world in miniature engaged, with hands that guide the fates of men. The echoes of their clash begin, each move a story, each step a tale, through crafted lands where dreams prevail. The dice decide the fate unknown, a kingdom built from seeds we sow. Piece a soldier, each game a war. We march to victory on this floor. In every role, a destiny swings, a miniature world where passion clings. Through strategy and daring lore, we live the battles forevermore. In the quiet of the battlefield's design, miniature armies march in line. Strategies unfold in measured time. Derek leads with a plan refined. The clash of forces under moonlit skies, echoes of history in their cries. A game of minds where tactics rise. Victory awaits where courage lies. P&O notes trace the paths of war. Electric whispers open the door. Derek commands with wisdom's lore. Through the chaos, he seeks to explore. The clash of forces under moonlit skies. Echoes of history in their cries. A game of minds where tactics rise. Victory awaits, courage lies.
All right, hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I am coming back at you with some more Skyrim. All right, so in our last episode, we were able to pick up Jordis. There's Lydia with her helmet on for some reason. And Jordis was here just a second ago, but that's okay. Very first thing we're going to do is we are going to read a book. Now, which book? I think I've decided to read The Refugees. So let's go to our book library and let's read it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take Lycia and Jordis and go on some adventures. And hopefully we can, I might even get rid of one of my followers. That one right there. I'm going to strip her of all of her belongings that I gave her, not that she came with, and then send her on her way. I think. Maybe not this episode, but it'll be coming soon. Okay, so we're looking at refugees. I think it's just called Refugees. It might be called The Refugees. Okay, I don't see refugees. Okay, The Refugees. There it is. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into my book spreadsheet. Let me find the refugees. Let's mark that green. Showing that it's been read. Why does this? Oh, okay. There we go. All right, and while we are having a little bit of downtime before we go adventuring, probably back to Solsthiem. Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of her because I want to pick up Freya. Yeah. So I might do that. And let me grab something to drink so I can take my meds. And then we'll do that.
One cannot create greatness without taking risks, apparently.
That would be right. Lycia. Swallow that.
Huh?
Jordis, what are you doing down there? You're not trying to please me, are you? We don't have a relationship like that yet. Notice how I said yet.
Oops.
All right, let me get my keyboard. All right, so Let me pull up the refugees, and here we go. First time reading. The Refugees by Garros Albray. The smell of the bay oozed through the stones of the cellar, salt and briny decay. The cellar itself had its own sense of old wine turned to vinegar, mildew, and the more exotic spices of herbs the healers had brought with them to tend to the wounded. There were more than 50 people squeezed into the big earthen room, which had once been forgotten. Storage for the brothel above. The groaning and whimpering had ceased for now, and all was still, as if the hospital had turned into a mass grave. "Mother," a Red Guard boy whispered. What was that? The boy's mother was about to answer him when there was another rolling roar from outside, which grew louder and louder, as if some great but incorporeal beast had come into the cellar. The walls trembled and dust burst from the ceiling in a rain of powder. Unlike last time, no one screamed. They waited until the weird, haunting sound had passed, and then was replaced by the soft rumble of the distant battle. A wounded soldier began whispering Mara's prayer from the doomed. Man Carr, a Bosmer woman, curled up in a cot, hissed. Her eyes feverish, flesh white and wet with sweat. "He is coming." "Who is coming?" asked the boy, grasping his mother's skirt tight. "Who do you think, lad?" "The sweets monger." "A grizzled one-armed Redguard," growled the Comoran usurper. The Comoran usurper. I don't know, Comoran. Okay. The boy's mother shot an angry look at the old warrior. "She doesn't know what she's saying. She's sick." The boy nodded. His mother was usually right. He had not yet even been born when people began whispering that the Comoran usurper was coming towards her little village, and she had packed up the belongings to flee. Their neighbors had laughed at her, she said, saying that Rihad and Tanith would handily defeat him. Her husband, Lukar's father, who he was never to meet, had also laughed at her. What? Okay. It was the harvest time, and she would miss out on the celebrations. But his mother, Mikey, was right. 2 weeks after she fled the village, she heard the tale that it had been obliterated during the night with no survivors. Rihad and Taneth had both fallen. The usurper was unstoppable. Lukar had been born and grown up in refugee camps throughout Hammerfell. He had never known a friend for more than a few days. He knew that when the sky burned red to the west, they would pack up and move east. When it burned to the south, they moved north. At last, after 12 years of moving from camp to camp, they had taken passage across the Lilac Bay to the province of High Rock and the barony of Dwinin. There, Mikey, had promised and hoped that they would have a peaceful, permanent home. It was so green there, it blinded him. Unlike Hammerfell, which was only green in certain seasons and in certain places, Dwynnin was verdant year-round until wintertide, when it began to snow, and Lucar had been frightened of it at first. He was ashamed to think of it now, when there was real danger. But the red clouds of war, the stink and pain of the refugee camp, that was familiar. Now the red sky was on the horizon of the bay and coming closer, and he longed for the days when a scattering of white made him cry. Mankar, the Bosmer woman cried out again. He is coming, and he will bring death. No one is coming, said the pretty young Breton healer, coming to the woman's side. Hush now. Hello, came a voice from above. The whole room, almost together as one, gasped. The Bosmer limped down the shoddy wooden stairs, his friendly face very obviously not that of Camoran the usurper. Sorry if I frightened you, he said. I was told there were healers here, and I could use a little help. Rosina hurried to take a look at the Bosmer's wounds on his leg and chest. Disheveled, but still beautiful, she was one of the favorites at the brothel, who had learned her healing skill along with her more vocational skills at the house of Debella. He carefully but quickly pulled the rent leather cuirass, chausses, tassets, greaves, and boots off him, and placed them to the side, while she explained the injuries. While she examined the injuries. The old Redguard warrior picked them up and studied them. You were in the war? Next to it is probably a better way to put it. The Bosmer smiled, wincing slightly as Rosina's touch. Behind it, beside it, in front of it, my name's Orban Elmlock. I'm a scout. I try to avoid the real battle so I can get back and report what I see. A good job for people who don't like the color of their own blood very much. Oh my gosh. Zim, said the warrior, shaking Orban's hand. I can't fight anymore, but I can fix up this armor if you're going to return. You're a leathersmith? Nah, just a jack of all trades, replied Zim, opening up a small canister of wax to prep the hard but flexible leather. I could tell you were a scout from the armor. Though. Can you tell us what we've been spying on? What you've been spying on? We've been down here for half a day now with no word from the outside. The entire Lilac Bay is one great battlefield on the waves, said Orban, and sighed as Rosia's spell began to close his jagged but shallow wounds. We've shut off the invasion from the mouth of the bay, but I was coming from the coast, and the enemy's army is marching over the Rothgarian mountains. That's where I had my little scuffle. It's not too surprising moving the flank in from the side while the front battle is occupied. It's a play right out of Camoran Kaltos' book of tricks the Heart King borrowed. The Heart King? Lucar asked. He had been listening quietly, understanding everything except that. Aemon Camoran, the Camoran usurper. Haemon Heart King. They're all the same, lad. He's a complicated fellow and needs more than one name. You know him? Mikey asked, stepping forward. Nearly on 20 years. Before this whole black blood business, I was Camoran Kalto's chief scout, and Haman was his sorcerer and advisor. I helped them both when they were vying for the Camoran throne and began the conquest of ouch. Rosina has ceased her healing with eyes of fury. She had reversed her spell, and the closed, mended wounds were opening again. Dark infections returning. He held him with surprising strength while Orban tried to pull back. You bastards, the healer courtesan hissed. I have a cousin in Felinesti, a priestess. She's fine, Orban yelped. Lord Kaltos was very adamant about not harming anyone who did not pose a threat. I think the people of Kvatch would disagree with that assessment, said Hazim coldly. That was horrible. The worst thing I have ever seen, Orban nodded. Kaltos went when he saw what Haman had done. My master did everything he could to stop it, begging the Heart King to return to Valenwood. But he turned to Kaltos, and we fled. We are not your enemy, and we have never been. Kaltos could do nothing to prevent the horror that the usurper had brought to the Colvin West. Colovian West, and Hammerfell, and he was fought for 15 years to prevent more. The frightening bestial roar passing through the cellar again, even louder than before. The wounded could not help groaning in helpless terror. And what is that? Mikey sneered. Another of Camoran Kalto's tricks that the usurper picked up? It is indeed a trick, as a matter of fact, Orban yelled, above the screech. It's a phantasm he employs to scare people. He had to use fear tactics in the beginning when his power was ascending, and he has to fall back on them now where his power is waning. That is why it took him 2 years to conquer Valenwood, and another 13 to half-conquer Hammerfell. No offense to you Redguards, but it isn't only your battle prowess that has been holding him back. He does not have the support he used to have from his master. The echoing roar increased in intensity before once again falling silent. Nankar, the Bosmer woman groaned. He comes and he will destroy all. His master asked Lukar, but Orban's eyes had gone to the Bosmer woman, curled up in her blood-soaked cot. Who is she? Orban asked Rosiah. One of the refugees, of course, from your friendly little war in Valenwood before you and your Kaltos changed sides, the healer replied. I think her name is Kalis. By Jeffer, Orban whispered under his breath, limping over to the woman's cot and wiping the sweat and blood-streaked hair from her pallid face. Kalis, it's Orban. Do you remember me? How did you get here? Did he hurt you? Nankar, Kalis moaned. That's all she says, said Rosina. I don't know what it is, Orban frowned. Not the usurper, though she knew him too very well. He was a favorite of his. His favorites, You, Kaltos, her, all seem to turn against him, said Mikey. That is why we fail, replied Zim. Armored footfall rang along the ceiling, and the cellar door burst open. It was the captain of Baron Otherok's castle guards. The docks are on fire. If you want to live, you'll need to take refuge at Castle Whitemore. We need help, Rosina called back, but she knew that the guards were needed for defense, not to help carry the sick to safety. With 10 guards who could be spared and the most able-bodied of the wounded assisting, the cellar was emptied as the streets of Dwynen filled with smoke and fire began to spread through the chaos. It had been a single fireball miscast out of a sea striking the docks, but the damage would be tremendous. Some hours later, in the courtyard of the mighty castle, the healers were able to set up the cots and begin to tend once again to the suffering of the innocent. The first person Rosina found was Orban Elmlock. Even with his wounds reopened, he had helped carry 2 of the patients into the castle. I'm sorry, she said, as she pressed her healing hands onto his wounds. I lost my temper. I forgot that I am a healer. Where is Kalis? Orban asked. She's not here, Rosina said, looking around. She must have run away. Run away? But wasn't she injured? It was not a healthy situation, but new mothers can surprise you with what they can do when it's all over. She was pregnant? Orban gasped. Yes, it wasn't such a difficult birth in the end. She was holding the boy in her arms when I saw her last. She said she had done it herself. She was pregnant? Orban murmured again. The mistress of the Comoran usurper was pregnant? Word quickly spread through the castle that the battle was over, and more than that, the war was over. Haman Comoran's forces had been defeated at sea and in the mountains. The Heart King was dead. Lucar watched down from the battlements into the dark woods that surrounded Dwynen. He had heard about Kalis, and he imagined a desperate woman fleeing with her newborn baby in her arms into the wilderness. Kalis would have nowhere to go, no one to protect them. She and her baby would be a refugee like Mikey and him had been. Reflecting back, he remembered her words. He is coming, and he will bring death. He will destroy all. Lucar remembered her eyes. She was sick, but not afraid. Who was this he who was coming if the Comoran usurper was dead? Did she say nothing else? Asked Orban. She told me the baby's name. Rosina replied, Mankar. I don't know any legend about Mankar. That was a pretty cool story. It was a little long, though, but that's why I do these books daily. That way I can get them knocked out. Excuse me, Jordis. Okay, and now our mana.
What do you need, love? Ask anything. Maybe even something disgusting. I'll do it.
I know, but you are my least favorite.
I need to trade some things with you.
Certainly.
Look at all these elven arrows. Look at that. Is that all she has? That cannot be all she has.
I understand. Of course.
Okay. I just picked up a bunch of stuff from her. Elven armor. What does that do? Increases stamina. I don't know if I gave Jordas a backpack. Yep, I did. There's Lycia. He doesn't have a backpack. And she is a mage. She's a druid, actually. But that's all right.
Yes.
I don't remember if I traded her
I need to trade some things with you.
or gave her.
Of course, sir. Is there anything else you need?
Yet we will be going soon. Did I lose Lycia? There you are.
Yes, Guardian. Of course, I shall carry your load, but let us hope that they do not mysteriously vanish or fall into the wrong hands.
All right, so that's good. Now, this girl I'm going to tell to head on out.
And here you are.
It's time for us to part ways.
It's time for us to part ways.
I'll catch up with you later. Take care.
Okay. Okay, that's good. All right, so now it let's see. Fate of the Skull is what I'm thinking we're gonna do. Okay, that is a turn-in quest. Yeah, so let's go do that real quick. Yeah, my stomach is, I don't know, for the last week or so, I've had like a stomach virus or something. Yep, there's the two. I'm supposed to return this to Corellius. I tracked it, but I don't see a doorway or an icon. I don't know where to find this guy. Is he on Solsthiem? If he was, the arrow would lead up to Solsthiem, wouldn't it? Maybe not. Okay, if I journal, show on map, it's not letting me. Who is Crucius? Veteran territory. Okay. He's probably on Solsthiem. That's perfect. That's where we're heading anyway. Is he like the steward or something? I can't remember.
Talk to Captain Galland if you're looking to book passage.
All right, now I've got a door icon.
Do you have anything exotic? Something no other...
Can I help you?
Why, yes, you can.
You're back. Please, tell me what you found.
You were right all along.
Let me see that. Huh, I knew it. Gratian's death wasn't because of a rock fall. It was just a story to keep people away from the tombs. Now that I have his journal in hand, I can get some closure from the East Empire Company. Make them pay for lying to everyone.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. Now, I believe I owe you a little more than a debt of gratitude for all that work you did. Here, it's not much, but it's the best an old retired miner can do.
There's ash everywhere on Solsthiem. I'll have to wash my armor thoroughly when I get back to Skyrim.
Are there any other Imperials in Raven Rock?
Those cowards left decades ago. Every single damned one of them. The moment the ebony mine dried up, they pulled up stakes. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous, why?
Well, you know it as well as I do. Raven Rock Mine wasn't empty at all. It's still rich in ebony ore. I come from 3 generations of miners, and I couldn't get anyone to believe me. Well, we showed them, didn't we? Mark my words, Raven Rock isn't finished yet.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we have a guy we have to go kill. And we gotta go take care of this.
Glad to see the other villages in this realm are doing fine. Oh!
Just making sure I'm all squared away. Yep, that looks good. Hey, a bunny rabbit.
The people here seem kind enough. We Nords are strong, and we're as tough as stone.
Keep your wits about you, Guardian. I sense trouble brewing.
I know I heard something.
More than you can chew?
You're as good as dead. You won't get away.
You're dead! Let's see what you've got.
Get too far in the water and won't let you attack.
Son of a... I'm on fire! Ah! It's nothing.
Somebody shoot me with an arrow.
Oh!
And when the world shall
What do
listen,
they call those squid things? Netch?
and when the world shall see.
Go!
I Geralt's life sounds dull.
I cannot best you.
Oh, no, you don't.
I will strike like a hawk.
Come on.
Where did you come from?
You're outmatched.
Thank you for your
that.
protection, Allmaker.
Wow, you almost killed me.
This is both fascinating and terrifying.
The whole village is here. What sorcery is this?
I've never seen something so majestic like the Red Mountain.
I don't know what spell you freed us from, outsider, but I thank you.
A fever must have taken me. What else could explain this?
Okay, what do we got? We got Roger saying, encounter any ash spawn yet? That's how I know I'm ready for Solsthiem. Oh yeah. Not in this evening of playthrough, but I have encountered ash spawn. Where did we go?
You have prevailed. I can feel it.
Your people are free.
So it is. You have proven yourself an ally to the Skull, and so the Skull shall be allies to you.
What do we do now?
If you have released the Windstone and broken the hold on my people, perhaps you can do the same for the rest of Solsthiem. I doubt it will fully stop whatever Miraak is doing, but it may slow his progress.
That's not enough. I need to stop Miraak now.
I cannot help with that. None here can. You will need the knowledge Miraak himself learned. You will need to learn more about this black book.
Tell me more about this book, then.
Miraak had this? This does not look like something of the dragon cult. It is a dark thing, unnatural. I would have nothing to do with it. But the dark elf wizard, Neloth. He came to us some time ago, asking about black books. I believe he knows a great deal about them. Perhaps too much. Seek him out to the south. Be cautious, Dragonborn. There is something else at work here.
Why do you think this Neloth can help me find black books?
He also is searching for them. In fact, he has already found one. He showed it to me when he came here. It was very like the one you found in Mirak's temple. A thing of dark magic, not of the All-Maker.
What happened when I shouted at the Windstone?
The power of the stone had been corrupted. It was the source of the influence that had taken control of the skull. Your shout broke whatever evil will controlled the stone, and restored its true nature as a conduit of the All-Maker's gifts. Freeing the other stones will diminish whatever dark influence is spreading across Solsthiem.
Other stones?
Yes. There are 6 sacred stones. Wind, water, earth, beast, sun, and tree. Through them, the oneness of the land is maintained. Freya saw that the tree stone now stands imprisoned in Mirak's new temple. I doubt that you can free it until his power is broken. But you may be able to cleanse the other stones. Even if this does not stop Mirak, it surely will delay his return. May darkness never touch you.
The world beyond Solsthiem still calls to you, I see. Do you ever grow tired of wandering?
We make a good team. Why not join me for a while?
Join you? You mean leave the village to journey with you and fight at your side? I'm flattered, but the village is my home. It's very rare for one of the Skald to leave, and I have responsibilities here.
You can trust me. I saved your life, remember?
You're right. I suppose the others can get by without me for a while. Very well, if you need my help, seek me out here in the village.
Follow me, I need your help.
I will follow you, Skull friend, but I must return to the village afterward. The cold is a teacher. It does not care for weakness, nor does it reward arrogance. It simply is. You learn, or you perish.
We got a general we got to go kill. We have stones we got to go liberate. A floating torch. Okay. Oh, this is Nella. Let's Go clear the sunstone while we're here. There she is.
And when the world remembers.
Fire and frost, always at war. A cycle as old as the land itself. Yet, both.
Where did you come from?
What are you doing?
Calling my bluff when he rolls dragon eyes. The fool.
Another couple of them.
Time to bring this to an end. You're outmatched.
There was no other way.
That was your decision.
Oh, I'd kill for a decent bottle of mead.
Ale
Not fair that they always take the good stuff.
and mead. Tis the only advice a sailor heeds.
You, for the first time in many moons, I do not hear whispers in the wind.
Go back to picking pockets in
You
Windhelm.
had to fight back.
Easy money, less chance of an axe in your skull.
As you wish.
I have been thinking about our journey against Mirac. It is strange how quickly fate changes our paths.
Captain promised me a life of
I have something for you. It's not much, but I saw it and thought of you.
Stuck on this cesspit of an island.
Freya, you mentioned the Skarl's connection to the Allmaker. How does this differ from the divines worshipped in Cyrodiil?
We believe in one creator, Lycia. The divines are but aspects, shaped by man's understanding.
The people on
Allmaker's
Solsthiem work
wisdom
day and
goes
light on
beyond mere
Mirac's
shape and
stones.
form.
I hope they get paid at least.
Fire and frost, always at war. A cycle as old as the land itself. And yet, both are needed to survive. Much like people, I suppose.
Tell me about yourself, Jordis.
Sure, my Thane. Although I spent most of my adulthood in solitude, I actually hail from the town of Dragonbridge, where my parents owned the inn.
Strength like yours is
What made you go to
but
Solitude?
even the strongest mountain
My
crumbles
father
if
wanted
it
me to find a
stands
good
alone.
husband in the city, so he sent me to the Bard's College. Said it'd get me into the upper society. Well, I guess it did. Just not the way he expected.
With such boundless energy,
So,
I
were
wonder
you a
if
bard?
even the wind could catch
For a time. But music and lore are not really my forte. Besides, I hated reading. I found myself having a knack for finding troubles and resolving them, and it got the attention of Captain Aldous. So I dropped out of the Bard's College and began my training under the captain. Best decision in my life.
Strength like yours is rare, but even the strongest mountain crumbles
Did your parents
if it
know?
stands alone.
Ha! Better that they didn't. All their life, my parents' hope was to see their daughter marry a noble and bring them out of their mundane lives. It didn't feel right to let them know the truth.
Sunlight glints off the ice.
Maybe
like
they would have
tempest
understood.
blades.
I suppose we'll never know. I regret keeping secrets from my family, but I'll never regret making up my mind.
What happened after you completed your training?
Captain Aldous expected me to join the Legion,
Fire
but I
and
thought I'd
frost,
become a guard
always
instead.
at war. A cycle as old as the land itself.
Why
And
become
yet,
a guard and not
both
join the Legion?
are needed to survive.
I didn't want to fight against my
Much like
brethren.
people, I
As a
suppose.
guard, I'd be protecting my people, whereas as a soldier, I'd be bringing the fight to them. That's not what I wanted to use my sword for.
I respect that.
Thanks.
Nords are stubborn, Skarl even more so. Perhaps that is why the world
If you were a
insists on
guard, I don't
testing
suppose
us.
you traveled
We do
very
not
often.
break easily.
Well, no. As a matter of fact, I've almost never been outside Hofengar before I became your housecarl. Which is why I'm so excited to go out there with you.
Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
The cold is a teacher. It does
How did you
not
get the
care
nickname
for
Sword
weakness,
Maiden?
Nor does it reward
It's actually a
arrogance.
funny story.
It simply is.
I was supposed to be
You
a guard in
learn,
Jarl
or
Elisif's
you
birthday
perish.
soiree. But just an hour before the party started, some of the dancers got sick. So they pushed me to the dancing floor because apparently, as a former Bard's College student, I knew everything about art and dances.
I'm sure you danced
Fire
well.
and frost, always
I
at
danced like a
war.
drunken troll.
A cycle as old as the land itself. And
What
yet,
happened in the party?
both are needed
Well,
to survive.
as I began to move my arms and twist my legs, the whole court erupted in laughter. Whether it was out of amusement or sheer humiliation, I couldn't tell. But while everyone focused their attention on the ugliest moves ever danced, an assassin, quick as the wind, emerged from the kitchen.
These woods hold the kind
Dressed
of
like a cook,
silence
no
that
less.
sharpens the mind.
An assassin posing as a cook. How cliché.
I know, right?
He could have just poisoned the food. Why strike in the open?
Fight as you live.
He didn't live to tell the
Some
reason,
charge
but
in
my guess
without
is he didn't
thought,
want to murder the whole
reckless
court.
And wild. Others wait, calculating
I have to see you
their
dance
every
someday.
move.
No, you don't.
How do you live?
The assassin was stopped, I presume.
Everyone panicked as the assassin dashed to the steward, while the guards were just slowly putting together what's happening. With mere seconds to react, I drew the sword from a guard nearby and hurled it towards the assassin's throat. Hit right at the target. Blood splashed all over my dress. Ew.
Strength like yours is rare, but even the strongest mountain crumbles if it stands alone.
I bet the assassin didn't expect the dancer to kill him.
Just as he thought the steward wouldn't expect to be killed by the cook, I'd reckon.
You're effective, Jordis.
Thanks. Though I would have preferred to keep that dancing dress. They were going to gift it to me after the party.
Mist curls through the forest like a wandering thought.
So that's how you got your nickname?
Yeah, the maiden who saw blood as she pierced a cook's throat with a sword. Not exactly the way you imagined I acquired my nickname, was it?
Nothing here moves without purpose.
It's certainly bloodier than I thought.
You know, in Skyrim, only blood and fighting are always true.
It's a great story, Jordis.
You could outlast.
Well, you
even
know
the most
me. I
stubborn
was trained in the
hawk.
Bard's College
Remind
after
me
all.
never to challenge you to a race.
What happened after that?
Well, they gave me a raise and a new sword. Though I would have preferred if they had given me another one of those dancing dresses. It's really the prettiest thing I've ever put on.
Look at them. Their minds were stolen.
Let's talk
Their
about something
hands
else.
were forced to work against their
Of
own
course.
home. But no more. This madness has ended.
Okay.
I will protect you with my life.
Yeah, we're gonna go do that.
Retire someday. Get myself a place on the mainland.
The Skal endure. We always have. Even when the world forgets us. Even when the storms rage. That is enough. Your adrenal pool is vast. You run, you fight, you endure. Perhaps you have Nord blood after all.
Hold tight, Guardian. We might be in for a tussle. Guardian, it appears we have we've attracted some unwanted attention.
I do not see you.
Oh, I wasn't quick enough on the healing potion. Dang. I saw my health just dropping and dropping and dropping, and I said, oh no, let's reach for the healing potion.
Snow lies deep and heavy with intent.
I prefer my opponents with a bit more style, dear.
Okay.
I know I heard
Keep your wits about you, Guardian. I sense trouble brewing.
It burns! Think you can take me? Victory!
Victorious again.
Nord. I'm looking at that Dwarven Mall.
The Skal have endured much, but this, to be stripped of mind and soul, turned into slaves, it is a cruelty beyond words. spineless coward. I knew I heard something.
You finished! I do not fear death. I do not fear death.
Oh, I thought that might be a door down there. Oh, you're up there.
You're outmatched.
I will not fall.
Men, an invader has entered the fort. Prepare yourselves for an ambush. Fort Frostmoth will never fall. Long live the Empire!
I will not fall. I will not fall.
You're outmatched. Enjoy the last. That's what I thought.
Look at them. Their minds were stolen. Their hands were forced to work against their own. What's that?
The forces of magic are mine to command, and you shall die!
Keep hitting Freya.
I thank you for your protection, Allmaker.
Your adrenal pool is vast. You run, you fight, you endure. Perhaps you have Nord blood after all. Nords are stubborn, Skarl even more so.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Perhaps that... Why the world insists on testing
Your
us.
continued
We do not
success is an
break
inspiration
easily.
to all of us, truly.
Strength like yours is rare, but even the strongest mountain crumbles if it stands alone.
She just called me a mountain.
Nords are stubborn, Skarl even more so. Perhaps that is why the world insists on testing us. We do not break easily. Your life well runs deep, like the oldest trees of the Skarl. Few can endure as you do. Your life well runs deep, like the oldest trees of the Skarl. Few can endure as you do.
We may have... This is not how one treats a lady, you know.
I could have swore I switched that. Oh, but that was probably before I died.
I will not fall. I am sorry, but you left me with no choice.
Shadows pool thick beneath the frozen boughs.
Huh?
No hunter wastes a kill. The pelt warms, the meat sustains, the bones sharpen to weapons. Do not tell. Me you waste what you take. You fight as you live. Some charge in without thought, reckless and wild. Others wait, calculating their every move. And you? How do you live?
Hold your breath. Come on, we have foes approaching.
I thank you for your protection, Allmaker.
You move like a wolf in pursuit, tireless and unshaken. Good. Only the swift survive in these lands.
Man, it breaks immediately. Hmm. Okay, it's the other side of that dot. A lot of wine.
A warrior who never tires is a warrior who always has the advantage. Use it well.
There's ash everywhere on Solsthiem. I'll have to wash my armor thoroughly when I get back to Skyrim.
The Skarl have endured much, but this, to be stripped of mind and soul, turned into slaves, it is a cruelty beyond words. You move like a wolf in pursuit, tireless and unshaken. Good. Only the swift survive in these lands.
Oh, wow.
I suggest we prepare for battle. I hope you have a good reason for interrupting my stroll.
I didn't realize those spiders jumped that far.
It seems we've stirred up some trouble. Be prepared for a fight.
I'm ready.
I thank you for your protection.
My goodness, you truly are a force to be reckoned with. I'm sure the ore quivers in fear at the mere sight of you.
You fight as you live. Some charge in without thought, reckless. There was no other way it could end. The cold is a teacher. It does not care for weakness, nor does it reward arrogance. It simply is. You learn, or you perish.
1 ruby, that's all I got out of that. That's disgusting.
You could outlast even the most stubborn hawker. Remind me never to challenge you to a race.
One ruby.
Fire and frost, always at war. A cycle as old as the land itself. And yet, both are needed to survive. Much like people, I suppose. I knew
Oh, wait, what?
You're as good as dead now.
I have to finish this!
I thank you.
We are not alone.
I have seen warriors fall after a single blow. You would make them weep for their frailty.
That's full of compliments. Where's the key?
Not bad craftsmanship. Solid balance, clean edge, though I would not trust it in a true storm. Even a warrior appreciates the tools of war. Fire and frost, all...
Where's key?
You stand unyielding as if the cold itself cannot touch you. The All-Maker has shaped you well. The cold is a teacher. It does not care for weakness, nor does it reward arrogance. It simply is. You learn, or you perish.
Okay. There was a key somewhere. It's gotta be. It's not going to be on these ash spawn. They're not going to have a key.
A warrior who never tires is a warrior who always has the advantage. Use it well.
Let's look for a key. Why should be easier, like sitting on a desk somewhere or something. I don't think a key would be in a barrel.
Move like a wolf in pursuit, tireless and unshaken. Good. Only the swift survive in these lands.
Could it be hanging on a wall?
Strength like yours is rare, but even the strongest mountain crumbles if it stands alone. Nords are stubborn, Skarl even more so. Perhaps that is why the world insists on testing us. We do not break easily. No hunter wastes a kill. The pelt warms, the meat sustains, the bones sharpen to weapons. Do not tell me you waste what you take. You move like a wolf in pursuit, tireless and unshaken. Good. Only the swift survive in these lands. Your adrenal pool is vast. You run, you fight, you endure. Perhaps you have Nord blood after all. Mist gathers at the low places, heavy with intent.
Looking for a key.
The Skarl endure. We always have, even when the world forgets us, even when the storms rage. That is enough. A warrior who never tires is a warrior who always has the advantage. Use it well.
He is like a blabbermouth, constantly talking.
Nords are stubborn, Skarl even more so. Perhaps that is why the world insists on testing us. We do not break easily. Not bad craftsmanship. Solid balance, clean edge. Though I would not trust it in a true storm. Even a warrior appreciates the tools of war.
Miss this.
No hunter wastes a kill. The pelt warms, the meat sustains, the bones sharpen to weapons. Do not tell me you waste what you take.
Okay, I won't tell you. This
The
would be like
Skarl have endured much, but this, to be stripped of mind and soul, turned into slaves, it is a cruelty beyond words.
this would be the perfect place to put the key.
If your enemies hope to wear you down, they are in for a long, miserable battle. The Skarl have endured much, but this, to be stripped of mind and soul, turned to slaves, it is a cruelty beyond words. Your life well runs deep, like the oldest trees of the Skarl. Few can endure as you do.
I don't think it would be down
I feel
here.
the wind shifting. The All-Maker guides us, but it is we who must take the first step.
Okay, I can't cut through that.
I feel the wind shifting. The All-Maker guides us.
Key would not be in an egg.
Strength like yours is rare, but even the strongest mountain crumbles if it stands alone. Not bad craftsmanship. Solid balance, clean edge, though I would not trust it in a true storm. Even a warrior appreciates the tools of war.
Do you wish to share your thoughts?
The wind speaks to those who listen. Some hear whispers of the past. Others hear nothing at all. And you? What do you hear?
If I use clairvoyance, is it going to show me the... is it going to show me the key?
You fight as you live. Some charge in without thought, reckless and wild. Others wait, calculating their every move. And you? How do you live? Nords are stubborn, Skarl even more so. Perhaps that is why the world insists on testing us. We do not break easily.
Okay, maybe it's in the letters. Difficult, back, so then, crumbling, oblivion, and back. Okay. Okay. Okay, it doesn't say anything about a key. Or a locked door.
You stand unyielding as if the cold itself cannot touch you. The All-Maker has shaped you well. A warrior who never tires is a warrior who always has the advantage. Use it well. A warrior who never tires is a warrior who always has the advantage. Use it well. Not bad craftsmanship. Solid balance, clean edge, though I would not trust it in a true storm. Even a warrior appreciates the tools of war.
I've never seen something so majestic like the Red Mountain.
The Skarl endure. We always have. Even when the world forgets us, even when the storms rage. That is enough. This is a land sculpted by hardship. The Skarl have endured much, but this, to be stripped of mind and soul, turned into slaves, it is a cruelty
Freya,
beyond
you mentioned
words.
the Skarl's connection to the All-Maker. How does this differ from the divines worshipped in Cyrodiil?
We believe in one creator, Lycia.
What do they call those squid
The
things?
divines are but
Netch?
aspects.
Wonder how they taste
shaped
like.
by man's understanding. The All-Maker's wisdom goes beyond mere shape and form.
Fire and frost, always at war. A cycle as old as the land itself, and yet both are needed to survive. Much like people, I suppose.
Okay. I don't think I can find this. I'll have to give up. Maybe,
Strength like yours is rare, but even the strongest mountain crumbles if it stands alone.
oh, you know what?
Strength like yours is rare, but even the strongest mountain crumbles if it stands.
I
Alone.
thought I was going to get lucky.
No hunter wastes a kill. The pelt warms, the meat sustains, the bones sharpen to weapons. Do not tell me you waste what you take. Not bad craftsmanship. Solid balance, clean edge, though I would not trust it in a true storm. Even a warrior appreciates the tools of war. Shadows gather beneath the boughs like contemplative elders. The Allmaker painted this land with harsh strokes. You fight as you live. Some charge in without thought, reckless and wild. Others wait, calculating their every move. And you? How do you live?
I have no idea. Okay. I don't know where this key is. Wait a second. There's a boat down there?
If your enemies hope to wear you down, they are in for a long, miserable battle. You could outlast even the most stubborn hawker. Remind me never to challenge you to a race.
Okay, nothing special.
The key to immortality, Guardian, is not... live a life free of...
Okay, let's see if there's any clues in the... As long as it's not a spoiler, like if you're not trying to resolve my quandary.
but a life worth remembering, or becoming a vampire. That works too.
Stone ridges loom like the spines of sleeping giants. The dragons won't slay themselves, you know. Ready to go? Fire and frost, always at war. A cycle as old as the land itself. And yet, both are needed
These
to
bandits
survive.
are vile people.
Much like people, I suppose.
Allmaker, protect me!
Thank you for your protection, Allmaker.
The cold is a teacher. It does not care for weakness, nor does it reward arrogance. It simply is. You learn,
Clearing out the
or you
bandits will
perish.
make the world a safer place.
How is that not a spoiler?
I feel the wind shifting. The
That-
All-Maker guides us.
That
but
is
it is we who
actually
must
just
take the
straight up
first
telling me
step.
the answer.
Bandits are vermin. Come on, scavenged and scraps because of you. They will not hesitate to take on their own to save their own skin.
There was no other way it could end.
Whoops. There you go.
Is someone there?
Yes, someone is here.
We've attracted some unwanted attention.
I'm disappointed.
I think I blew one guy straight into the wall.
The cold is a teacher. It does not care for weakness, nor does it reward arrogance. It simply is. You learn, or you perish. Your adrenal pool is vast. You run, you fight, you endure. Perhaps you have Nord blood after all.
Oh, here he is.
Look at them. Their minds were stolen. Their hands were forced to work against their own home. But no more. This madness has ended.
Okay.
Fire and frost, always at war. a cycle as old as the land
Yes?
itself, and yet both are needed to survive. The sky shifts gently, preparing for change. Strength like yours is rare, but even the strongest mountain crumbles if it stands alone. Your life well runs deep, like the oldest trees of the Skal. Few can endure as you do. Fire and frost, always at war. A cycle as old as the land itself, and yet both are needed to survive. Much like people, I suppose. I feel the wind shifting. The All-Maker guides us, but it is we who must take the first step. A warrior who never tires is a warrior who always has the advantage. Use it well. You fight as you live. Some charge in without thought, reckless and wild. Others wait, calculating their every move. And you? How do you live? Not bad craftsmanship. Solid balance, clean edge, though I would not trust it in a true storm. Even a warrior appreciates the tools of war. The Skal endure. We always have. Even when the world forgets us, even when the storms rage. That is enough.
Oh,
Your adrenal pool is vast. You run, you fight, you endure. Perhaps you have Nord blood after all. Your life well runs deep, like the oldest trees of the Skal. Few can endure as you do.
oh!
Not bad craftsmanship. Solid balance, clean edge, though I would not trust it in a true storm. Even a warrior appreciates the tools of war. No hunter wastes a kill. The pelt warms, the meat sustains,
The meta glasses?
the
Yeah, I don't know.
bones sharpen to weapons. Do not tell me you waste what you take.
They seem like they're pretty cool. Based on what I've seen.
Your adrenal pool is vast. You run, you fight, you endure. Perhaps you have Nord blood after all. The Skal endure. We always have. Even when the world forgets us. Even when the storms rage. That is enough. You fight as you live. Some charge in without thought, reckless and wild. Others wait, calculating their every move. And you? How do you live? The cold is a teacher. It does not care for weakness, nor does it reward arrogance. It simply is. You learn, or you perish. The Skal endure. We always have. Even when the world forgets us, even when the storms rage. That is enough.
Oh, really? There's nothing
warrior who
wrong.
never tires is a warrior who always has the advantage. Use it well.
Well, if they don't like being filmed, then they need to act better.
You move like a wolf in pursuit, tireless and unshaken. Good. Only the swift survive in these lands.
Yeah, exactly. Got video games to play.
Look at them. Their minds were stolen. Their hands were forced to work against their own home. But no more. This madness has ended.
Wait a second, I don't think I've been down here. Hold on, what's this place?
Your life well run deep, like the oldest trees of the Skal. Few can endure as you do.
We've attracted
Now we
some
end this.
unwanted attention.
I will not.
And so it ends. A warrior who never tires is a warrior who always has the advantage. Use it well. You fight as you live. Some charge in without thought, reckless and wild. Others, the world beyond Solsthiem still calls to you, I see. Strength like yours is rare, but even the strongest mountain crumbles if it stands alone. The wind speaks to...
Look at that. Boom.
those who listen. Some hear whispers of the past. Others hear nothing at all. And you? What do you hear?
I hear you constantly talking in the back of my head. Ish.
There is strength in silence.
Licia, you've seen much of Tamriel's lands. How does Skyrim compare to the world you've known?
If you
Skyrim
find
is a
yourself
harsh
lost,
but honest
return
land, Freya.
here. The wind
Its
will
mountains
always
and
guide
snows
you
speak of
home.
strength and endurance, much like the Skarl, I believe.
No hunter wastes a kill. The pelt warms, the meat sustains, the bones sharpen to weapons. Do not tell me you waste what you take.
I don't like where this is going.
The wind speaks to those who listen. Some hear whispers of the past. Others hear nothing at all. And you? What do you hear?
There's an intruder on
They
the
have
fort.
some
Repel the
hostiles
invader
in
immediately.
Remember that
You won't get away.
What? I went from full health to 0 in like one hit? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Nords are stubborn, Skarl even more so. Perhaps that is why the world insists on testing us. We do not break easily.
Try something a little bit different.
We have company.
Come on.
You're no match for me.
And so it ends.
Failed.
Well, that's one less ancient general writing threatening letters. I'd call that a good day.
With such boundless energy, I wonder if even the wind could catch you.
Man, she's full of flattery.
Your life well runs deep, like the oldest trees of the Skal. Few can endure as you do. With such boundless energy, I wonder if even the wind could catch you.
Okay, there are two people here, right? Crafting the captain's
Not bad
cudgel or whatever.
craftsmanship. Solid balance, clean edge. Though I would not trust it in a true storm. Even a warrior appreciates the tools of war.
I almost overlooked that.
With such boundless energy, I wonder if even...
Yeah, Jordis is my go-to.
The maker teaches through cold and shadow. These woods hold the kind of silence that sharpens the mind.
Am I carrying too much? I am.
Shall we depart to write our own tale in this land of legends?
Fire and frost, always at war. A cycle as old as the land itself. And yet, both are needed to survive. Much like people, I suppose.
If you insist on giving me the honor of carrying your load, who am I to refuse?
All my life, I've dreaded reading. And now you're literally planning to enter a book.
The path ahead bends as though reconsidering itself.
I have something for you. It's not much, but I saw it and thought of you.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thanks.
That's good.
Oops. You return, and my people still stand. For that I am grateful.
That's good.
You have given us a future. I hope you find yours as well. You could outlast even the most stubborn hawker. Remind me never to challenge you to a race. The wind.
Did I just go in a circle?
Your life well runs deep, like the oldest trees of Skal. You can endure as you do. If your enemies hope to wear you down, they are in for a long, miserable battle. Nords are stubborn, Skal even more so. Perhaps that is why the world insists on... The wind speaks to those who listen. Some hear whispers of the past.
Oh, yeah.
Others hear nothing at all. And you? What do you hear?
That's how they make their money. What time is it? 5 o'clock? Okay. Well, this is where we're going to call it. I wanted to get Freya and Jordis. And there should be one additional follower that I'm looking to get, and her name is Ambriel.
What news do you bring from Fort Frostmoth?
I killed General Carius.
I had my suspicions that he was undead. How else could he have survived for over 200 years? It's a shame. There are quite a few tales of General Carius's exploits, including the founding of Raven Rock.
He'll no longer send ash spawn to Raven Rock.
Councillor Morvain told me to give this to you if you made it back in
There
one
is
piece.
strength in silence.
And you got rid of General Curious.
Words cannot
Better than a
solve
soldier's
every
pay,
battle.
so you should be thankful.
Sometimes it is better to let the world speak
Okay.
first. Or
Did you need
people
something from
tire
me?
From the noise.
I'm sorry to bother you, but Second Councillor Rano asked me to come find you. He said it's quite urgent.
Did he say what it was about?
All he wanted me to do is track you down and send you to him. Look, this is important. Even
Look at
more
this.
important than wiping out the ash spawn.
Remind me never to
Please,
challenge
go
you to
speak
a
to the
race.
Second Councillor as soon as possible.
I'd like to do some shopping.
She
here
just
if you'd
came
allow
over and
me, my thing.
eavesdropped on us. And now she's walking off. Like, who's
Fire and
who's
frost,
sniffling?
always at war. A cycle as old as the land itself. And yet, both are needed to survive. Much like people, I suppose.
Thank you for coming. After everything you've already done for Ravenrock, I hate to ask for more, but I can't risk Councillor Morvain being killed.
You move like a wolf in pursuit, tireless and
He's in danger of
uncertain.
being killed?
Good.
How?
Only the swift
The
survive.
Ulan family of House Lalu, a rival great house, has placed a death mark on the Councillor's head.
Why would the Ulans want him dead?
It's a private matter. Let's just say they seek revenge for the execution of one of their own, ordered by Councillor Morvain himself. The problem is, I don't have any solid proof that anyone from House Lalu is hidden among us. Only my suspicions.
Your concern seems justified.
It may be justified, but it certainly isn't appreciated. Councillor Morvain simply feels that I'm being paranoid.
Like the oldest
I'm
trees
afraid
of
that
the
one
sky.
day I'll awaken and
Few can
discover
endure
him
as you
dead.
do.
And I don't want it to come to that.
You feel an attack on the Councillor is imminent?
I do. I've received some information from my sources that there could be elements of Ulan's house, House
The
Lalu,
Skald have
already
endured
in
much,
Ravenrock.
But this, to be stripped of
Why haven't
mind
you
and
acted on the
soul,
information?
turned into slaves,
Ravenrock is a
cruelty
small
beyond
settlement,
words.
so it's hard to accomplish anything in secret. If any of them is from House Lalu, I wouldn't be able to make a move without them knowing.
How can I help?
I had a feeling you'd be willing to listen
It does
to me.
not care for weakness, nor does it reward
Where do I
arrogance.
begin?
It simply is.
I need you to
learn
start out
or you
by
perish.
being my eyes and ears. Search Ravenrock and see if you can root out these traitors. The best place to start would be Geldis Sadri, over at the Retching Netch Corner Club. If he provides you any leads, check them out before bringing them to my attention. I can't afford to make any mistakes.
Not bad craftsmanship. Solid balance, clean edge, though I would not trust it in a true storm. Even a warrior appreciates the
How are
tools
things
of
now that the
war.
mines are open again?
You might think it's all perfume and roses now that the mine's open, but all I see is a new security problem on our hands. Making sure those shipments of ebony make it safely from the mine to the shipping docks
does
is
not
my
care
new
for
order of the day.
Nor does it
And with
reward
Solsthiem
arrogance.
crawling with reavers and
simply
Azora
is.
knows what
You
else,
learn,
I can't risk
or you
any
perish.
attacks on Ravenrock.
You mentioned your sources.
I maintain a few contacts
bad
in other
craftsmanship.
Dunmer settlements
Solid
across
balance,
Tamriel.
clean edge, though I
Most
would not
hail
trust
from
it in a
House
true
Redoran,
storm.
but there are
Even
a few
warrior
from other
appreciates the
houses.
tools of war.
Why don't you ask them to investigate?
Most of my contacts live leagues away from Solsthiem. Sending the occasional message back
Nords
and
are
forth
stubborn,
is all we can
Skald
manage,
even
and
more so.
sometimes takes
Perhaps
months
that is
or
why the
more to
world
arrive.
insists on testing us.
However,
We do not
any
take it
information we can glean in times like this I consider vital to House Redoran's survival. Don't worry. You can trust Geldis. He's been with us for a long time.
The cold is a teacher. It does not care for weakness, nor does it reward arrogance. It simply is. You learn, or you perish.
I'm going to knock this out before we close out tonight.
Fire and frost, always at war. A cycle as old as the land itself. Yet, both.
You're as good as dead now.
Enjoy your last breath.
I'll see you burn.
Your master cannot.
That's what I thought.
The cold is a teacher. It does not care for weakness, nor does it reward arrogance. It simply is. You learn, or you perish. You could outlast even the most stubborn hawker. Remind me never to challenge you to a race.
Okay, so we're going to go to the... I'm going to...
The wind speaks to those who listen. Some hear whispers of the past. Others hear nothing at all. And you? What do you hear?
I don't know. But right here, we're going to end it. And this is where we're going to call it for the night. Thanks for hanging out with me and watching and enjoying the show.
Not bad,
and I normally
solid
stream...
balance, clean edge, though I would not trust it.
Is there a way for me to get her to... Shut the hell up? Idle chatter. See, I've got it set for 15 minutes, but let's see if this has anything to do with it. Sandboxing. Okay, I don't know what that is. See if that affects her at all. But
storm. Even a warrior appreciates the tools of war.
But I'm going to end it here, and we will catch up possibly tomorrow. I play about 4 times a week, so come check me out. And I usually start around 2 a.m. Central Time. So, all right, I'll catch you next time.